Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Captain Frost and today we are gonna talk about hardcore classic World of Warcraft and why it's gonna be a botting hell of a game. As you know, Blizzard put no restrictions on trading in hardcore classic servers, on official hardcore classic servers. And from the first glance, it may look like, I guess it's a multiplayer game, people want to trade, people want to have an ability to go to auction house and sell the things that they've gathered. Not everyone wants to craft and get into professions, but there's one big giant tremendous minus to this, and that's RMT. That's all the people that will bot farm the gold and that will just flood the economy with it, that will sell it for very, very high price, because with how hardcore works and people will lose gold anyways, a bunch of gold. The main problem here is that it is combined with cooldown on dungeons, and it's not a problem, it's more of there will be different complications if the dungeons wasn't on cooldown and how now they are on cooldown. So basically, if there was dungeons in the game, then many bots would have farmed dungeons and then they would flood economy with enormous amounts of raw gold, and everyone would have been in a big problem in terms of economic situation. But now that we have cooldown on dungeons, that means that many bots will farm open world areas, and they will farm, of course, they will especially farm all the gathering herbs and mining nodes, and there will be way less space in open world on big servers especially. So if you're on a highly populated server, there is very high chance that all good spots for farming gold, or maybe not even only farming gold, but for farming professions and stuff like that, will be completely and utterly destroyed by enormous amounts of bots that will be present in the game, that will be automatically farming those spots. It's not like you can PvP them and kill them, because we don't have any forcible PvP in classic hardcore. So this will definitely be a problem, and I truly cannot really understand how Blizzard don't really see it. Yes, in open world there is, for botters themselves, there is an additional problem that many of their bots will be reported or mass reported quite fast, because of how they will be just there, and players will see them, players will report them way faster than you can do that with bots that farm dungeons and closed areas. But still, the pressure on community, especially if there will be no sharding, and to be honest, I truly don't know what's gonna be with sharding, what's gonna be with layering and stuff like that. So how it will end up being in classic WoW, but either way it will damage the economy enormously, and especially because of how high price on gold will be on these servers. It will be just a bot fest. It will be such a lucrative place for all the botters and all the RMTers to create those machines that will just print them gold from the classic hardcore servers. And maybe, just maybe, if we have faith in Blizzard, they will quickly implement some solutions against that. But to be honest, especially with how everything works in Blizzard currently, I don't really think that there will be this immediate reaction on this thing. So quite unfortunately, but this problem will arise in the game. And I don't really know how it will even impact all the players, especially when you can't really, on lower levels, you can't really farm dungeons over and over again, or not even on lower levels, but not on a level 60. yourself, you can to get a group of people and farm dungeons for raw gold, maybe for vendoring items or for some good crafting materials. You can do that because all the dungeons are on cooldown, which means that bots that are printing raw gold from just stupidly farming some mobs that are 10 or 20 or 30 levels below them, these bots will have just very big control of the raw gold inflation inside the game, and there's gonna be less ways for people to farm raw gold again in the game with an in-game methods whenever you have cooldowns on your low-level dungeons. Whenever there will be a big influx of people on level 60 and there will be a bunch of them farming dungeons that are not capped per day, it's gonna be a different situations. We're gonna see how it will go, but from the starting of the realms to that point, there will be big amount of time when economy will be in a very weird spot, and probably everything will cost just a big fortune when in terms of RMTing the currency of the game, and there will be it will emphasize more people who want to bought things to go into the game and completely rush through it, ruin it. And especially if there will be only one or two or couple of hardcore servers and it will be concentrated as hell, there will be just big amount of people, and there wouldn't be this divide, this division of people between multiple servers, or maybe like that. There wouldn't be a situation where you have lower populated servers where you can go and live freely of botters there. It's probably gonna be just smallest amount of servers that Blizzard can possibly open, because it's quite an experimental thing to do for them to completely get this player-made mode of the game going on official servers. And that means that all the economy parts and all the community will be focused and highly dense on particular servers, and they will experience many problems. Especially, I can't even imagine how all the highest consumable items, like Black Lotus and stuff that you will need for your consumables on the highest levels, how it will all go because of just how many. The demand of those items will be enormous because of the economy being opened and everything being one life, one death means delete your character. People will want to have the best consumables that they can possibly get for them, and that means that the price for the best regions for all those potions or those consumables will be very high. And if you can create and again, if someone will made a better version of bots than there was currently on the live servers, because of how you need to make this bot play safe and stuff like that, it will definitely be if there is this invention, it will make things even worse. And we don't even know how the. So for example, if you're living in this economy and then you let's think, for example, if you want to buy some very rare thing on level 60, so you've made it to level 60, you want to use your crafting more, you want to craft some good things, you want to increase your level in some of your professions, and there is some very rare reagents that you need, and you've come to this point pretty pretty late, and for example, the server is already quite progressed, and there is already a bunch of people who are farming level 60 dungeons, and there are probably a bunch of rogue bots that are farming level 60 dungeons with pickpocketing or any other stuff, and they're straight up farming raw gold out of there. And then you're coming to the market and you see the price on items not being just unreasonable, but being completely blown out of proportion. And how does this version of economy will work? Will it be enjoyable for you, or it would have been better if there were some restrictions on player trading ability so that you know that you're on the same page with all the people. There is no botting involved. There is no unfair trading advantages involved. There is no one who will just pay some dollar to get the best consumables and the best gear whenever you're leveling up or whenever you're on the highest levels, and you are on the same efficiency speed as them whenever you're doing any content in the game. And what's going to happen with all this botting problem and with all this RMT problem is that the difference between someone who donates real gold into the game, the difference between that player and between a regular player who just plays the game regularly and just goes in some groups from time to time, this difference will be way bigger than it is on your regular classic era servers or any other servers in World of Warcraft. So yeah, that's basically my points on this topic. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good time. Let's hope that none of these problems will be true whenever the realms are starting. But yeah, for me, it's a big question. Yeah, hope you're having a good time. Goodbye.